What's up?
And we're live. Hey,
What's
hey.
going on, man?
How's it
As you
going?
see back behind me, look at this beauty back here. This big old lake, 32 miles of lake. I'm in upper Vermont, so we're right here on the Canadian border. That lake behind me, if you get on the boat, and it's starting to rain out here too. I'm the only one that didn't bring an umbrella. And anyway, that lake will run you all the way up into Canada. Look, let's see. See how pretty it is over there as I get out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I can hear the rain coming across the border.
Uh-oh.
Yep, it's coming down pretty good now. Looks like I'm put my computer up because we're going to talk about the Kenny Moore too, the Love One Foundation football camp that he just did in Lowndes County, and I'm gonna put this up so it doesn't get all wet because I know that you would get mad at me if I left the computer out in the rain. So, ain't even started the show and we're already putting stuff away.
You want me
So
to go ahead and show
all right.
some pictures while we're waiting on you?
Yeah, that I hear that was a pretty good turnout out there in at Lowndes County High School with Kenny, and he had a defensive lineman from the Colts there, and he also had if I'm not mistaken, he had a defensive end or somebody from the Atlanta Falcons was there with him at Lowndes County Stadium, which is actually pretty cool, and you can see. And that's him actually talking to the people that actually come to the camp, the parents and the kids and all that other stuff. And he had a really good message. He's he just trying to get really cool guy. Go ahead to the next slide. He's really stuck, I think. Oh, there it is. And you see, there's a bunch of kids came out, so that was actually really good. I was proud to see all the kids out there, and Dana was there for us, and Dana took the pictures and everything. She's not here tonight, and
she says that Grover Stewart with the Colts defensive lineman played at Albany State was there. Casey Hayward for the Falcons was there. He's from Perry, and he played at Vanderbilt.
So, nice.
A lot of good guys out there this past weekend. Not only that,
but Dana's like on the job, and she just got everything lined up. Here I am sitting, and I don't have enough sense to come out of the rain. Isn't that what they usually say?
Well, while I slide through this, you can come in out of the rain.
Is it? I can't go in out of the rain because I got everything set up outside here at the picnic table.
Oh my goodness!
Because the weather said it was supposed to be 100% no rain.
Yeah.
Let's listen to the weather guys. But anyway, that's a good picture.
That's those weathermen again at their best.
I'm going to be a meteorologist, so I can tell everybody the wrong stuff. I can just guess and see if it works.
Literally all the time.
So anyway, so there's another good. That's right there towards the end, I believe, where he got everybody together. It may be at the beginning. I don't know. I wasn't there. But Dana said there was a really good turnout. A lot of people there. There was a lot of helpers there. He had people from high school when he was in high school that were there. He had people from Valdosta State there that was there with him. And there you see that's one of the guys from Lowndes County High School that helped set all this up at the field and had everything ready to go. And you know what? You got to take your hats off to everybody there at Lowndes County. They when they bring somebody in or somebody comes in, he could have picked BSU to do that because he's a graduate of BSU. He could have picked Valdosta High School just because he's from this area. But he actually went home. He went back to Lowndes County High School, and that's the Concrete Palace, and he was there. So I'm really proud of him, and I'm really proud of the people that backed him to come in there, and I'm really proud that all the kids got a chance to see what it takes to get into the league. Now, there's a little bit of controversy with Kenny right now. Because they're saying that he took his physical early, but he's wanting to get paid more money. He thinks he's worth more than they're paying him. So he may hold out for minicamp. They don't know. He did his physical early, so he could be there. So he could just in case he didn't want to eat. It's just up in the air right now whether he's going to show up. And there's Cal. That's Dana's son. He participated. I don't know why they participate in long pants. I don't understand that. You guys had like 100-degree weather down there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because
like
I'm up here, I'm sitting outside, and the rain's
102, 103 with the heat index.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sitting out here at 70-degree weather, and it was like 45. It's supposed to be like 52 tonight, and the rest of the week. Now I'll be back in town this week. I'm going to come see you. What you think about that?
Yeah.
Huh? No, you didn't seem too happy. What was that?
No,
for?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, you was ignoring me again.
That's what I do.
I might as well go talk to my wife. I get ignored like that here. What are you talking about, man? So yeah, I'll be back in town next week. Hopefully you're going to get to go with me. We're going to. Dana won't be able to. She's got another commitment, but we're going to go over to Dothan, Alabama, to the K2 boats, where they manufacture the boats and everything. And we've got a tour set up to go through there, so we can keep an eye on our Facebook and our Instagram and basically our TikTok. We're going to do some TikToks while we're over there, and just kind of, if he'll let us, kind of show the process of what's going on. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. And that's going to be coming up on Monday. I fly back into town. When do I get there? When do I get there? Thursday. We get back there Thursday. For those of you who don't know, we've got 2 more boats. So we're ramping things up in the boat category. So we're picking up a new motor to put on one of the boats. And we're getting things rolling. Just to go ahead and kick this off right from the beginning, just so everybody knows, we're going on hiatus for about 3 to 4 months. We've got a lot of things in the works, and I'm not hiding anything from anybody. Everybody that needs to know knows. And I hope I told Dana. I think I did, because she's one of those that needs to know. But other than that, we've got a couple things going on. We got some movie stuff going on, and we've got some another what would you call it? Another portion of this business we're getting into.
Yeah, another venture.
Yeah, another. There you go, another venture. And then also we're looking at, again, we've been talking about it. The studio is going to be open. So, Chris, are you still open to anybody that wants to do podcasts? Now, you do video podcasts, but they're not really cool. But can't you put them on any other site or anything like that?
Yeah, you can pretty much put them wherever you want to put them.
No, I'm talking about you. Can't we put them on a site and get them up and running? All they gotta do is show up and just pay a simple fee, and away you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they could.
And you can you can record it, and or you can do it live. Usually, if it's recorded, so you can get things right, so it could be edited if needed.
Yeah, life can be tricky sometimes, especially when you're first starting out.
Yeah, especially when somebody's 1,200 miles away from the studio, right?
Right.
That's what you need to get closer to the studio, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be me.
I think that would be you, but yeah.
That would be me. All right, so what I'll do is I'll come back for 1 week, and then I'm leaving again. But we got some other things coming up, so that's going to be pretty cool. We got some things that are actually in the works. So after today's show, you won't see us for a couple months, and we're going to come up with we got some different ideas and some different things that actually we think is actually going to work. It's going to be a pretty good show when we come back. We've been doing all this sports stuff and all this, and we're going to kind of change it up a little bit and kind of get things going in a different direction. But that being said, we still have a show to do today.
That's right.
So we touched on Kenny, and him. He's, like I said, he's holding out, or it appears that he's going to hold out. We don't know if he's going to hold out right yet or not with Indianapolis. I mean, I can't really say that I blame him for the money that they're giving him. I think they would be better off if they actually just paid the man, and if they paid him, you know what? Pay him what he's worth, and then he's going to do the job that he's supposed to do. And if you're not going to pay him, then trade him. It's like the Baker Mayfield issue. If you're going to do the Baker Mayfield, if you're going to hold him back the way you're holding back, then I think what needs to happen is they need to go ahead and pay Baker. If they're going to leave Baker sitting there on the sidelines, hell, pay me $12 million to sit on the sideline. I'll do it. It's
Yeah.
but they think Carolina is really wanting to make the trade. Well, we'll see. We'll see if that actually happens. And then what else we got going on in the NFL? I haven't been watching a lot of NFL. Been watching a lot of basketball. The finals. And let me tell you something. I picked Boston in 5. Well, that's not going to happen no matter what. It's going to have to be 7. But I just don't know after what I saw last night. Now, I thought after Boston lost their the game to make it 2-2, I thought, okay, well, Boston's going to come back and Boston's going to take this next game. But their strategy kind of backfired on them. Because what Boston did was they took Steph Curry, who scored 40-some-odd points, 50 points, whatever it was, and what they did is they face guarded him, put one guy on him. Well, that took one guy out of the rest of the play. So now what you have is you can't do your traps and everything the way you want to, and it pulled people away from the goal. And Draymond had a good game. Klay Thompson come on and was hitting from the outside. So that team, they worked as a team, and what's his name? Wiggins got in there, and he was just shooting lights out. So right now, the MVP of this tournament is Steph Curry. The way he's playing, he put him on their back on game 4, and then the rest of the team held him from game 5. So if Boston's going to win it, I think they need to do the same thing, but they got to figure out how they can keep a box 4, which means that a box and 1. And if they can keep a box and 1 and keep somebody on Curry the whole time, but they're going to have to play back because they're just getting beat underneath and they're getting beat on the outside. Draymond actually came to play. Even his mom said that. Now everybody heard it yesterday. His mom even tweeted out, "I don't know what's wrong with him. Maybe he's a clone." And then she came back and apologized to her son, of course. But he said when his mom says something like that, then he figures he needs to step up to the plate.
Yeah.
So he did, and he did. He showed out. He came out, and I forget what he had. He had like 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists or something like that. So that's what Draymond – see, Draymond loves to run his mouth. When he doesn't run his mouth, he's not the same kind of person that he is when he runs his mouth. He doesn't have that. It doesn't look like he has that intensity. So last night he did a little bit of the arguing, but he didn't go overboard because Boston ended up getting the 2 technicals rather than him getting technicals and throwing out a ball game. So I think he held his composure. I was talking to Tracy about that after game 2 when he was just ranting and raving, and I told her he just needs to shut his mouth and play basketball.
Yeah.
He went way too far one way, and it just hurt the team because he wasn't aggressive or anything. So then last night it showed that he did exactly what he needed to do. So I thought they did a good. I thought Boston did an okay job, but Golden State did a great job. They played. They showed right last night that they're the better team right now. Do I think Boston can come? Do I want Boston to come back and win too? Yes, I do. Do I think they're going to? I just don't know. I think they can go home and they're not going to get beat on their court. Not the last game of the season. I know they've been beat on their court already, but the last game of their season, I think they're going to come out on fire. It's going to go to game 7, which what Tracy said. And then you got to take it back to Golden State, and that arena is going to be come unhinged. So it's going to be understandable if it goes to 7 and the Golden State wins it, which is what a lot of people predicted. I said 5. And Boston win it. I just don't. I'm not. They're not going to do it in 5. So we'll see. It's good. They're going to have to do it in 7 because they're going to have to win 2 straight. And I just don't know if they can beat them 2 straight and one of them being on their home court. So, so I'm not. We'll see. We got 2 games left, and that's 6 days because they've got the travel day each day. So it's every second day or third day. So we'll see. They play. What is it, Thursday night? So it'll be the 3rd day. And then if Boston wins then it'll be on Sunday night probably. So okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. I'm kind of interested in just in watching it play out. It's actually pretty cool. But then I'm going to be bored because I'm not going to have any basketball to watch. It's like at the end of football season, you're like, what am I going to do now? And you transfer over to basketball, and you're like, what am I going to do now? So then I got to transfer over and watch baseball. So now let's touch on baseball for a second.
What's going
I
on with
was
baseball?
hard on Freddie Freeman, huh?
What's going on with baseball?
Well, it's not really anything going on that I paid attention to, but I have Mama T was telling me this right before I came on. But look, and I told her this, and I said, "Look, Mama T," I said, "Look, I rooted for the Braves, but I didn't like Freddie Freeman. I just didn't like him. I didn't, and they won the World Series with him. So, yeah, okay. Just still doesn't mean I like him.
Yeah.
But look what they've done. They've won 12 straight games, and I don't see any Freddie Freeman there. He's with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So I don't see him doing anything for Atlanta. So I don't think Freddie was as much as what everybody said he was. The problem with Atlanta right now, evidently, it just came out before we came on, was Atlanta's second baseman has broke his foot.
Oh no.
So now the question is, who do you put in that spot, and do you rotate somebody over? Do you bring an infielder in?
Right.
Like Chipper Jones, when he was playing, he would come in and play short or third when he was playing left field when he first started. So it'll be interesting to see. Now I can actually root for Atlanta because Freddie Freeman's not there. I can openly say, yes, let's go Atlanta. Plus, a friend of mine who actually, he just moved up there, Paul, and he's coaching helping coach one of their high school 6A teams. And he's living in that area. So maybe I'll go up and see him and we'll catch a game or two. Or maybe you and I'll run up there when we got some free time and see a ball game.
I'd love to do that.
So have you ever been to a baseball game?
Not like a professional one, no.
No? Have you ever been to any professional sport at all?
No. Not that I can remember. No.
And you're doing a sports show.
Hey, I do what I can. No, I mean, I've been to like college football games, a couple of them, mostly at VSU, and then high school, of course. But when I was in high school, I was in ROTC, so we'd always be there for the games, you know.
Here, let's turn this around here. Let's just show Jaguars.
That's nice. I remember when they first started as a team. What was it? Late 90s-ish?
Yeah, the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember when they got their first pick.
Yeah.
And their first pick will be in. Tracy and I are making arrangements. We're going to try to go to that Hall of Fame game.
Nice.
Where Baselli's actually going to that. He's going to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And that was their very first overall pick in the NFL was Tony Baselli. And now he's getting his right due. He's going into the Hall of Fame. So
wow.
So that think about that. If you're come out of college and you're a lineman, so nobody thinks you're going to get picked first. And so, but you get picked first by the team that's just coming into the NFL, the Jaguars.
Yeah.
And then you have such a rocky road. You never made it to the playoffs but 1 year. Wow. And then your season's cut short because your knee injury, both knees actually, and his hip. But then 10 years later, you get voted into the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
What a roller coaster ride that is, huh?
Yeah.
Think you're gonna get picked up and you're gonna go to, I'm gonna go play for the Dallas Cowboys, and you get picked for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
So
no one's even heard of them yet, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, the only reason they heard them because they're what they called an expansion team.
Yeah.
And I think was it Houston that came in with? No, it was. Yeah, I think it was the new Houston team that came in with them. Okay. Houston had already had a team, but they lost it. They were called the Houston Oilers.
Oh, the Texans.
Yeah, now they're now they came in as the Texans, but you also had Tennessee Titans, who were the Houston Oilers. It was the Tennessee Oilers, and then Indianapolis. Whatever. It was a big cluster.
It sounds like it.
And so
I can't
it's
keep
one
track
of those,
of all that.
Yeah, no kidding. So yeah. Anyway, we can get. We're excited to try and make that ball game. It's going to be a pretty cool. All the adventures we've done and the places we've been. I think that's going to be one of the standout moments for us because that's we both like football. We both like the Jaguars, and we've both been following Baselli since he came into the league. So
That's awesome.
Yep, I just wish a lot more Jaguar fans would actually go up there and support him getting into the Hall of Fame. I think it's going to be it's something for Jacksonville to have somebody.
Yeah.
But you think, Mark Brunell should have been in there, and you had Freddie was on the list this year, but he just didn't make it. But this is his first time on the list. So they have several people that could and should get into the Hall of Fame. It was just breaking that, what do you call that, glass ceiling, somebody from the Jaguars actually getting in.
Yeah. Where is that anyway, the Hall of Fame?
Canton, Ohio.
Ohio.
Ohio. Quick little story about that. So Tracy and I went to our, I don't remember if it's our oldest son or if it's our youngest son, was playing a football game at the Ohio State Stadium. So it was kind of like what we used to call back in the day was a jamboree game. And he was playing in there, so we all flew up there. And Tracy and I said, well, let's go over to Canton. We're not too far from Canton. So we drive over to Canton and said, let's go to the Hall of Fame. She's like, okay. So we get there, literally not knowing what time they opened or closed. And back then, you didn't really check the internet for anything. So we just walked up there, and the guy said, well, I won't charge you, but you got like 20 minutes and we're closing.
Oh, wow.
So we got to go in the Hall of Fame for free, but we got to go in the Hall of Fame. It took us 20 minutes to get through a whole thing that's going to take you hours to go through. We did it in 20 minutes. So, yeah, we got to see Dan Marino's ball and John Elway's ball and all that other stuff and Jerry Rice's stuff and the 49ers. Yeah. And we got to see a lot of the busts and all that other stuff there. But it was like European Vacation when they stand over top of the Grand Canyon. Yep. That's nice. Let's go.
All right, let's go. It's like the Cliff's Notes version.
Yeah, exactly. The Cliff Notes version. You're right. That was hilarious. It was a fun fact I throw in there. So I can say I've been there. Do I remember? I can remember seeing stuff as I was going by it. But did I get to study any stuff there? I did study the Dolphins because I was a big Dolphins fan back then. And so I did look at a lot of their stuff. And Jaguars, they had some Jaguar stuff there because Jaguars had just been brought into the league about that time.
Yeah.
So we were well, actually, it was a lot later than that. It was that they were been in there 10 years. So they had their inaugural, helmet and all that good stuff.
Right.
So, and the way we were donated. So that's my experience at the Hall of Fame. I've been there. I can say I've been there. We bought cups. They let us buy. They hurried us through. And we got to the shop. They said, okay, take your time and buy what you want.
Well, of course. I mean, they're making money.
So I am not kidding you. I'm not lying. We spent more time in the Hall of Fame shop than we did in the Hall of Fame itself.
That's funny.
So it was. But see, that makes a memory. It makes it. And, so we want to go back and just kind of take our time and go through that and go see the field, the Hall of Fame field, and everything, because it's right there off to the side of the Hall of Fame. The football field is, and it's not a big one. It's like the fields over in Hawaii. It's not big. There's not a lot of room, but and the stadium's right there where they get inaugurated and all that stuff. So separate tickets for each one. So we're trying to decide now which one how we actually want to do it. So I think it's going to be fun. I don't know how we got off onto that track. I think it was the Jaguars.
It was because you showed your Jaguars mug.
You see how I can squirrel one little picture and I'm off to the races.
Yep. Hey, whatever works.
Whatever floats your boat, right?
That's right. So speaking of boats,
I was going to say.
We already talked about that.
Yeah, well, we'll talk a little bit more about it in a minute. But what you had going on? Anything cool or?
Anything cool? What?
Anything cool? Anything fun
lately?
Yeah, I noticed your dad. And you didn't get to go, but your dad and them rented a houseboat.
Yeah, my dad and my mom and dad and my brother and his wife and kids and my aunt and a couple of my cousins and their kids. They all rented a couple of houseboats and went down the St. Johns River for pretty much all of last week with my daughter. Our daughter went with them, but we're homebodies. My wife and I are, and my son's definitely homebody. He's a game nerd like me, so we
water just don't enthuse him.
He just stayed home. He stayed home. Well, he's He is actually writing a program for a game, so he's trying to develop his own game, and he's writing the programming for it and learning how to do that. Plus, he's also like what they call DMing Dungeons and Dragons with some of his friends. So he's doing a campaign with some
what
of
do you
his
mean
friends.
DM? What does that mean? DMing somebody with Dungeons and Dragons? I don't know
it's a dungeon. They call it a dungeon master. Basically, they're the narrator of the story that you're putting on. For them to, it's a role playing game. So you go through and for different things that you do, you have to roll dice to see, what, like what kind of, like if you're fighting somebody, what you hit them with, how hard you hit them, if you've hit them for enough hit points to kill them or whatever. It's a role-playing game, and it's a lot of fun. You can create basically your own world. They have like books and all kinds of stuff for it. And there's been movies and stuff, Dungeons and Dragons. So
yeah, isn't there that new Halo or something coming out?
Oh, those are like first-person shooting games. Not really into those, but yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't that a bit? Didn't that start out as like a game or something?
Halo?
Like that? Yeah.
Halo. Yeah, Halo is a game.
There's a movie coming out called Halo. It's out in the theaters this month, I think, ain't it? Or is it on?
I think so. I've never really been into Halo. Just was never my thing. I've been much more into like fantasy and stuff like that.
You're into fantasy stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you?
I like science fiction too. Some like Star Wars, Star Trek, things like that. But
let's go back to the fantasy. Can you elaborate on the fantasy stuff that goes through your head?
Oh man, like
you said it, I did, and I just trying to.
I mean, like high fantasy, like Lord of the Rings and things like that. So
you dream about Lord. So lay back there just a minute. Let's have a talk. So you dream about Lord of the Rings? Fantasize about them?
No, by fantasy I meant the genre fantasy.
Oh,
it's like a book genre and a movie genre. A lot of times it's roped in with sci-fi, so sci-fi fantasy. But I'm more into the fantasy side, so like magic, warlocks, druids, that type of stuff.
Oh, okay. So similar to the what was that one, Harry Potter and stuff like that?
Yeah, Harry Potter was okay. But I saw this guy do a video on Harry Potter the other day, and he said it's Star Wars in a fantasy element.
What is that supposed to be?
Because it's a boy that was raised by his aunt and uncle, and there's a bad guy after him for whatever reason. I don't remember all the ins and outs of it, but it was just an interesting take on it.
Wait a minute now. If somebody wants to say that, but isn't that the plot of any theme that's out there, that any movie or
that is that is almost an overused theme in a lot of movies.
Plot? Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. But it's what sells. It may be overused, but it sells. Look at you can say anything to either one of those movies. And both of those movies ended up selling millions and trillions of dollars.
Oh yeah.
So you say it's overused, but is it really? It is for us as we get older because
I don't know about overused. I think it's been slightly tweaked in a lot of elements, but I mean it's the same. It's the same story for most of history. I mean, if you think about it, it's like, it's the same story, good versus evil, that has been a running theme forever.
Yeah, but I mean, let's face it. There's always a good villain, even in sports. The villain is you always want a villain. You want somebody that you hate. Whether it's Draymond Green or whether it's O.J. Simpson or
it could be teams even.
Or what?
Or it could be teams even. I mean, there's a lot of people that are all about just a specific team.
So that's just a course of nature. I think
it is.
By having a villain, I think that just plays into everybody's hands because sometimes there's people that want to see the villain win.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good versus evil. I think if you sat there and you watched anything, you pull up anything, even documentaries on animals or the animal kingdom. I was watching something on Geo something the other day, and the guy was trying to catch this fish, the largest fish in the world or whatever it is. He's going around the country, and he villainized that fish because it was so big and monstrous. So he made it the villain. So you wanted to watch it even more.
That's the story of Moby Dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Captain Nemo.
I never read Moby Dick, so I couldn't tell you. I've heard the story, but I've never read it.
Yeah. Well, the guy drove himself crazy, basically.
Yeah.
Because it was, but yeah.
Well, it's good versus evil, like you said. It's that whole aspect, and I think and your gaming. And I think that's where we started with this was the gaming thing. I think your son I know your son, so I think he has the aptitude to actually do something like that and make it.
Yeah.
And he's got you to back him up in case you need to figure something out. So I think that's a great idea. And it's just like we had talked one time as far as doing some broadcasts as far as gaming and things like that on the actual. And Mama T coming out laughing, saying, "You get rained on for a few minutes."
Yeah.
And she'll walk over here and pick on me because I got rained on. Get something all over your chest there. There you go. Come say hey.
Hey.
Look, this is what she looks like when she goes to work. Hey.
Hi.
Oh, she kissed me. Now I got to go take a bath.
All right,
you already did in the rain.
Yeah, I already did. You should have brought some soap out. Hey, wait, come here. Show our tattoos. Did you not see our tattoos last time? Did you see them?
Yeah. Well, I saw them on Facebook. I think you guys both posted one.
Well, it's going to be upside down. Mine's upside down, but hers is
that's cool.
Straight up. Oh, up just a little bit right there. You can see this is actually, it says, let me go this way. It says Tracy and Roger time.
Okay.
See that? Tracy, I love you too. Tracy, that's why she forced me to get it. So I have to spend time with her. She just points in my arm and says, "Okay, all right, here we go again." No, that was pretty fun. That's pretty cool. Everywhere we go, we like to get a tattoo. The last one we got these hearts right here at the last place we went. Cool. So everywhere we travel, we have a tattoo. What'd you forget? Your keys? Oh, she forgot her Diet Coke. She's not going to survive the night without a Diet Coke.
Gotta have it.
Them a sponsor of the show, Diet Coke from Mama T.
That's right. Wouldn't that be nice?
Tracy says sponsor her life. So, do we want to get on with this? Because we're into 35 minutes now. So, we haven't run. Let's run a commercial real quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about what our plans are, where we're going from here, and what people can hope to see in the future.
Okay.
Need a website for your business? Let Shadowfox Design help. We will design and build your website so you have more time for your business. We will help with all your online needs so you have more time for your customers. Learn more and get started now by going to www.shadowfox.design. Research less and relax more with eTravel Anytime. Let us help you decide which Sandals destination is best for your romantic getaway, or help you choose the family resort that is best for your vacation. We can also help you decide which cruise is best for you and your family. Tell us your preferences and we can narrow down your choices. Contact us today so we can help you plan your next vacation. Call 229-300-3691.
And we're back. Hey
We're
guys.
back. We're back again. So that travel agent, they're booking us another trip. Did I tell you about that? They're
Yeah,
sending
you're
us
going to Africa or something, aren't you?
Africa. Yeah, yeah. We're going
Nice.
to Africa, so it's going to be cool. That's we're going to actually. It's actually planned out. We're going to be in the middle of the African safari in what they call luxury tent.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what you call a luxury tent, but that thing better have some air conditioning and everything else there. But what I didn't know this. I was talking to Paul today, who is Paul and Cindy, who are the owners of the travel agency there, Travel Anytime. And Paul was telling me, I didn't know this because I'm stupid, but I didn't know that in South Africa, their wintertime is our summertime.
Yep.
And their summertime is our wintertime. So we're planning on going in March. And I was telling him, I said, look, I don't want it to be too cold because, you're not going to get to see any of the animals. They're going to do da-da-da. He said, no, Roger. He said, you're going in March. So you're going to get to see pretty much everything because that's ending up their summer. And the weather's going to be cooling down. So they're going to be moving around even more.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's pretty cool. I didn't even realize that. Great timing, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that, and then you've got the computer guy. Who's that guy?
I don't
Shadow
remember.
Fox Design. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. And who can do? I mean, you do all our work. What can I say? Can't say much about it. Can't leave it out because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be doing it. So thankful to you. But we were telling you at the beginning of the show, we're going to kind of go in a different direction with the show. We have decided that we are going to do a full-length movie. Number one, we already have the script. We've got to get it not rewritten, but we got to get somebody to actually look at it that knows what they're talking about. But it was written probably about 10 years ago. So we're in the process of getting that rewrite established and done, and we think we have somebody that may be willing to sponsor it to actually put it out. So that's going to be cool. So we're going to be working on that the next couple of months, and Chris is going to be helping us out with that. And we're going to, of course, what we're going to do as far as this show goes is we've kind of been all over the place. If you guys haven't noticed, which I get all kind of comments. So I have noticed, so I know you guys have. We've kind of been all over the place. We're kind of scattered and move people in and out of the studio, back and forth through the studio. And we're just not regular in the studio. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the studio up to people that want to do podcasts or video stuff. And you have to call. Do you even know what the studio phone number is? I can't even remember anymore. I haven't even used it. Yeah, exactly.
I got it. It's
no, the studio one, the one in there on the desk.
Yeah, 262-8182.
262-8182.
Yeah,
So
229.
If you want to do a podcast, he can get you on Spotify. We can get you on Spotify. Name some of them, Chris. iTunes. What are some of the ones we can do?
Spreaker.
What is that?
Pretty much any podcast platform. Apple Podcast, Google, all of them.
So, and that's where we're at. So we can get you onto all of those if you want to use the studio, do that. Just have to call and set up an appointment with Chris. Chris would have to make those arrangements, and it'll be a small fee. It's not going to be too much, but be something to cover his time and some of the equipment and electricity that we're using. But it won't be a gigantic fee. So if you want to start your own podcast, it doesn't matter what it is. You can talk. I mean, you want to be two ladies, two guys, a guy and a girl. I mean, it could be whatever you want. You can do it on anything.
If you want to do it on religion, because
you can do it on religion. If you want to do it on politics, you do it on politics. I stay away from politics on our show and religion because we don't want that kind of controversy. But if that's what you're looking for, if you want to get in and you want to get your point out, I don't care whether you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent, and you want to do a podcast, come on down and see us, and we can get your podcast started because you have a voice too.
That's right.
And if you have a voice, then that voice needs to be heard.
That's right.
So we're going to be doing that. So there's two big things, but then the other thing is, back a couple of months ago, we started a fishing club. It's called Team No Agenda. Well, Team No Agenda it's going to be there, but it's going to be a branch off of that called No Agenda Charters. Team No Agenda or No Agenda Charters has purchased 2 large boats, and there's 2 gentlemen that are getting their captain's license right on the edge of their captain's license. They'll be coming in and captaining for the No Agenda Charters, and we're going to be going out and we'll be taking and filming out on the water, so we can take a complete season and put it together, and then run that complete season throughout the season, instead of doing like we're doing, coming in here live and doing this. So at the beginning of the show, you heard us say we were going to K2 Boats next week, so that's one of the reasons we're going over there for sponsorship and things. And then we've got a couple like the outdoorsmen and things like that. So I think we're going in a different direction, but we're going to be more straight on individual. This is what we're going to do. And we're going to have the public involved in it when we do our charter stuff. So that way people can actually come to the site and they can see themselves and they can actually see the trend that we're actually doing. And we got like ABC and we got an NBC station, which is one we were on. They still want us to come back and do the show. So we're just not going to do it live. We found that there's a lot of things that we don't have, and we're not big enough to do live shows the way they need to be done. And it's agonizing for people to watch and listen to us. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a TV show, pretty much what it is. It's going to be called No Agenda. And we're going to talk to people as we're fishing, and we're going to see what they have to say about anything and everything, whether it's politics or whether it's religion. We'll be out in the middle of the water, so if they don't like me, they can throw me overboard. So we're kind of going in a different direction, but we're kind of staying the same. And the Southern Joy Media is of course going to still be in effect because it's all under Southern Joy Media, and Chris will be handling everything that goes on in the office and any of our editing and stuff like that we have to bring back. Chris and I will sit down and do our editing, right, Chris?
That's right.
And Chris knows, Chris and I have talked about this, so we're doing this together. We've got another gentleman. I have not asked if I could say his name yet, so I'm not going to do that. Who's actually going to be coming in and doing some of the boat charter stuff with us. I don't know if he wants it revealed yet or not. Up until this point, there was only 5 people that knew. Now everybody knows, and I'm excited for the new chapter in Armchair Sports and Southern Joy Media. I'm really excited about where we're going with this. Chris had said he was kind of excited about it. Chris,
I am excited. That's awesome.
This is the reaction I get from Chris.
Yeah, I sorry, I don't have much reaction. My wife says I have one emotion.
You have one emotion, and that's a frown on your face, right?
I don't have a frown on my face.
Yeah.
There's no frown here.
When people go to sporting events, they usually have a smile on their face because they're happy. And we're sitting here talking about it, and you don't say a word. You're just looking at the camera.
No, I'm
just looking at the computer.
I'm just focused. No, I'm excited. This is awesome. It's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
That sun's getting really bright, though.
Isn't it?
Drowning your face out.
Oh, it is. Look how I'm going to take this off of here for a second so I can show everybody. This is. Did I go dark?
You went dark.
I went dark.
There he is.
But this is what I have to deal with.
That's beautiful.
I've had to deal with this shame.
That's nice. That's a nice pond you got there.
Yeah, isn't it? And I sit here and it's just like, oh wow, look at this. And I don't have any of the boats up here, so we're gonna around the last day or so we're gonna rent a boat. We did do the cruise on the brunch cruise I went off again. Hold on.
There you are.
I did do the brunch cruise with my mother-in-law and my wife, and we had a pretty good time when we did that. So it was it's been great to be up here in Vermont. We're headed to Miami after this, so it's gonna be fun. I think things are slowly turning around, and I'm hoping they're for the best. And I like the way things are going.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody.
Stuff. Your son got
Yeah.
into New York Film School. That was awesome and
that's
amazing.
Right. Yep, he did. He got into the New York Film Academy. And Shelby's, like I think I've already told everybody this, my youngest daughter got into the University of Florida.
Right, the Seminoles, right?
Here, look,
the Gators,
look
the
into this
Gators.
camera
We
real
all
quick.
love the Gators.
Look into that. Look at that. Look at that. Go ahead, look at that. Look into the light.
I was joking.
She got into the MediaCom department there, and so she's already started all her classes, and Brady starts his next month. And then we've got my grandkids over here actually have national softball tournaments coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In South Carolina. And then we've got a dance. My youngest granddaughter has her dance recital this weekend. Hence one of the reasons we're coming back.
That's awesome.
So there's a lot of things going on around the White House place here. Yeah. It's a lot of changes, a lot of things happening, a lot of different stories to be told. I guess is what I'm getting at.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it really is. And Monday, we're going to, again, keep an eye, though. Our Facebook page is going nowhere.
Everything is staying as it is for now.
For right now, everything's staying as it is. We may revamp some things here or there, and you'll see them, and we'll tell you as we go. Yep. But our TikTok's going to be the same. We're going to start doing, instead of shows, we're going to start doing some TikTok stuff. Chris is going to do some on his own, and they may not be sports related, which that's fine, because we're kind of moving away from that, but we're going into a whatever kind of category.
Yeah.
So we're going to do TikToks on all kind of stuff. A friend of mine over in, I may get him to come on and show us a couple dance moves. Brett Hilt, he just did some stuff. In 1 week, he had 51,000 likes on a couple of his things. So in 1 week, he just blew up. And we haven't blown up like that. Maybe we have blown up, went zero instead of the other way.
No.
We did the bad ball.
We still got people over there. We need to do some more on it, though.
Yeah, because we don't hardly ever do anything on TikTok. So we'll be doing some stuff as we're riding down the road and riding across this great country of ours. Now I'm sitting out here. It's beautiful out here now.
Yeah.
And it's just like that. Had to put the computer away because as soon as I opened the computer up, dang, the rain came out.
Yep. Go figure.
But that's life. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Anything you got going on? Anything that the kids are doing this summer that's going to be pretty cool?
We plan on going to the beach at some point. Not exactly sure when yet, but we want to go over to Port St. Joe. So. Yeah,
that'd be cool. That's where we're going to try and do some charters out of Port St. Joe. That'll be cool.
That would be awesome. I love Port St. Joe. That whole area over there. Mexico Beach, that area.
I kind of like doing them over around Fernandina, but there's so many charter boats over in Fernandina, Camden County area. Yeah. Everybody thinks they know better than everybody else, but you just get everybody on top of each other. So we're going to find us a home. We'll find us a home on it, and we'll go from there. We can run the whole coast. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I'll run all the way around. We can go to the Keys. We do charters down the Keys if anybody wants to do that.
That'd be cool.
But, like I said, we've got two people working on their 6-pack license to get that taken care of, and we're out here and rolling on that, man.
Nice.
I don't think I have really anything else.
Okay.
Did anybody say anything today? Because I haven't even looked.
No.
Say that's just it. We're not getting anything. We're not getting any views. So it's time to try something different. What you think?
Well, we get playback views. People watch it later.
Yeah, because it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But you know what? What we'll do is once we get this the show style down, and we can get our hour in, and we do it the way it's supposed to be done, it's going to be a lot better. I think things are looking up. We've been doing this for a year and a half now. We're gonna get it right one day.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
Keeps getting better and better. That's all I got.
I don't have anything else. So till the next time we see you guys, keep it straight, okay? And come back and see us when we get everything up and going at a different rate and doing different things. But until then, well, what are we going to do, Chris?
We'll circle back to it.
We'll circle back to that.